Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, Audible, Amazon Music, you name it. I'm there splattering more hope and happiness. So, you know, I got to have the biggest platform possible because I'm on a mission. My Happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years, because I want you to be happier for you. One, it feels better. Two, it's good for your health. And so I have guests and topics and shows to that. And today is a very special day, not just because I have a friend co-hosting with me today. She's actually going to, I think, sing happy birthday to me because it is my actual birthday today. I know I'm ageless. I keep saying that I'm ageless. I keep saying I'm really, I don't want to count the numbers. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. I know that, but I just like, they say better to be thought smart than to open your mouth and disconfirm it. So better to be thought young than to tell your age and disconfirm it. So without further ado, to help me celebrate this ageless birthday on the air, please welcome to my studio, Tiwana Floyd. Yeah. I have a friend, she does not have an answering machine. She has a questioning machine. And when you call her, she says, "Who are you and what do you want?" So, who are you and what do you want?
Oh, hello, everybody. First of all, I'm so happy to be here. I am Tiwana Floyd. I am an actor and a media maker. And what do I want? I'm like you, Marissa. I just want happiness and joy for everyone that's in my presence and those who are not in my presence, because life is meant to be celebrated. And that's what I want for everybody.
And that's why I brought you on for my birthday. It's not everybody that gets on my birthday. And Tiwana and I have a mostly love, a little bit of hate relationship now. For the last, at least 12 years, I would say. I think 12 years is about a good number. When I first got to Agape, and she's a shy first soprano diva like myself. Actually, she is a lot more shy. She's one of those...
and reserved.
What is that word? Is it? Yeah. So when we met, we hit it off, and then she started making sure that my head did not get so big that I could not leave the choir room door. And so she's my humbler. She makes sure that no matter how good things get, no matter how big my name is, that I remember that I'm just one of everybody. And for that, I'm 88% of the time grateful. But I do love her, and she loves me, and I know that. So I'm delighted to have her celebrate my birthday with me. So
yes, the feeling is mutual.
Thank you. And she's an amazing person. I'm actually having her back. We're going to do an entire show about nothing, just like Seinfeld was a show about nothing. It's going to be a show about nothing, but it's a show about everything. So you'll have to tune in a little later on this week. But I wanted to take advantage of her and her fabulous voice to wish me a very happy birthday, which she will do in a minute. But I wanted to also capture one of the major milestones of my life happened on the air with her on a show that we did years back. And I want her to remind me of how important that show was and sort of see if she remembers it the way I did. we had someone come on to talk about astrology.
Yeah.
And she came on the show with me, and you take over now. What happened?
You know, all I really remember is us talking about how many placements of Leo was in your chart. And then that made a lot of sense. And it's like, oh, okay. And I remember us talking about Virgos, because there were a lot of Virgos, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, so many Virgos. Those were the main two things I remember right off the top of my head right now.
Got it. And yes, the reason why we were talking about so many planets of Leo is obviously August 10th, is my birthday. And I almost said that out loud. Anyways, so I found out that I was a Leo, not in just one planet, but 5 different planets. And the woman, Rachel, who was the astrologist, said to me, oh, you're a Leo. I said, I know I'm a Leo. And she said, no, you're a Leo in 5 planets. I go, what does that mean? She said, you cannot help yourself. You have to be in front. You have to be first. You have to be on stage. And at that moment, I felt the weight of the shame that I had carried for decades, because I'm an Asian woman who's supposed to be quiet, who's not supposed to say anything, who's not supposed to be up front, who's not supposed to make waves, who's not supposed to draw attention to herself. And that shame was so heavy for so long. And I'm so grateful for that one show that was like a life changing, because I could finally embrace who I am and not apologize and not feel ashamed about it.
Yes.
You get me?
I totally get you. I think, there's people who believe in astrology and the stars and things like that, and people who don't. But for those of us who believe in the cosmos and how it affects the ocean and the moon and all these things, once you learn that this is pretty much kind of like your cosmic makeup, then it's just like you said, it's just a relief to be like, oh, all this time I thought that I was behaving a certain way because maybe I was trying to get at something, but really this is just a component of who I am. So then when you can embrace that, it's complete liberation and freedom.
Amen. Amen to that. So do you want to sing happy birthday to me and represent the world in wishing me a happy birthday?
Yes. And I also want to remind you probably remember, this because we talk about it all the time, but for the viewers and the listeners, is that I'm a Leo rising. So I understand a lot of what you experience in needing to be seen and needing to be heard and needing to express in the most authentic way that you need to express. So I share in that in my rising, I think I said moon. It's my rising sun. So I get that. So with that said, I'll sing happy birthday to all the Leos, and then I'll put myself in that too, since I'm a Leo rising. All right. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Marissa Pay. 5 Leos in her chart. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
Doesn't she have the most amazing voice? It's mellow, it's pure, and she can hit some notes on the register. So I thank you. I felt that. I feel the love. I back at you for birthday. I missed yours because you were before. No, you're after me.
No, I was before. I was in June. Oh,
you were in June.
Yeah,
okay,
but you wished me a happy birthday when we saw each other last.
That's good. That's really good. I know it's been a really weird time with COVID, and it is hard to keep up. And actually, the third segment, if you come back for the third segment of the show, there was a roast last year that I had on my birthday, and we did it on Zoom. You were out of town, so you couldn't come, but Barbara Williams was there, some of your mates, Marianne Lewis, Kirby, and Ron and his wife, Ron Klein, who discovered the chip in the credit card. He's been on my show a couple times. My bonus mom and dad, Dolores and Graham. My bonus sister, Debbie. Let's see, who have I forgotten here? And then someone super. Oh, Tanya was on there too. Poor thing, she just had gotten to know me. And then of course LaDonna and Cal played on the side. Happy birthday! Yeah, very treat because Cal's famous, and especially the Faye Love tribute to me on my birthday. We have since, she went to the other side. She had a rare blood disease, and I'm so grateful that I have that on tape, her birthday wishes. So that's the third segment. The second segment is going to be my NBC interview on as an organizational psychologist. Some of you haven't seen that yet, so I thought that I would show that for my birthday because it is all about me today, and I'm just about every other day. But I thought you might enjoy that because I've had questions from people. What does an organizational psychologist do? And so I wanted to answer that question. But thank you, Tiwana, for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
To wish me a happy birthday. And you'll have to tune in when she comes back and we talk about everything instead of nothing. And don't go away. I'll be right back. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from my living room on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. And welcome back. You are tuned in to Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. And today I thought I would bring you a little clip of an interview I did on NBC up in Seattle when I was on book tour with my #1 bestseller, 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. I'm so grateful it hit 8 bestseller lists. The opening day, #6 on success, #8 on happiness, or maybe it's the other way around, #4 on Denver Post. I've been in every major bookstore. I'm so grateful for that. And I also got to do some really cool interviews. And Christie, wonderful host up in Seattle on the NBC morning show. So enjoy a little bit about my life as an organizational psychologist. Here you go.
Getting ahead in our careers means putting our nose to the grindstone, pushing ourselves and coworkers towards perfection, or does it? Organizational psychologist Dr. Marissa Pei calls this the BS belief system that can get in the way of good relationships, good leaderships, as well as the happiness we feel in our relationships at work and at home. She's the author of 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. Thank you, Dr. Marissa, for joining us here on the couch today.
And thank you, Christy, for having me.
Welcome, and congratulations on your book.
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful. Yes.
Yeah.
Making #4 on Denver Post and 6 and 7 on Amazon are made of dreams that I never thought true. But the good news is happiness is trending, and people are wanting to be happier.
Well, let's talk about these myths, because
Yes.
you have 3 myths that you say really get in the way of being a good leader. And being a good leader doesn't have to mean that you're the CEO of a massive corporation. It can be being the leader of your home. It can be being a good friend. It can be just leading others in a good way. And so you say, myth #1 is a leader's job is to whip you into shape.
Well, the thing about whipping and the thing about being in the grindstone and always pushing, it's never enough. So most of us are recovering perfectionists of some kind or control freaks, and we really want things to be a certain way, but life is a little messy and nothing is there, and it's like nailing Jell-O to a tree or herding cats in any kind of organization as well as in your home. You want something, but if it's not that way, then you're unhappy. And so if the only thing you can really control is yourself and the way you see life. And so that is one of the BS belief systems that continuously keep us us unhappy.
I call it positology.
That's a great
I always say,
term.
I'm a positologist. I think great thoughts, good things happen. And if you try to look at life in the positive direction, generally it kind of always works out.
Absolutely.
Okay, myth number 2, perfectionism is a noble endeavor. What's wrong with that? You say it robs us of the joy of accomplishment.
Yes. So perfectionists, on one hand, it helps you accomplish a lot. However, nothing is ever enough.
Right.
So when I'll be happy when I get this done, or I'll be happy when this much money is in my bank account, or I have this car or this house. But then when you get there, you're going for the next thing. So you're always at that 88% mark, and instead of looking at, look at all the things that have happened and all the great things that have happened in my life and how great I am and how great the person I'm with is, we're looking at that 12%, what's still wrong, what needs to be put into the next day's to-do list, and what's wrong with you.
And it really does rob you of your joy, because you're
does.
constantly saying, okay, by the time I'm 40, I have to do this. Or, I think it also really robs our children.
Yes.
Because we probably do that with
we
our kids a
treat
lot.
people the same way, because you see people, unless it's that first, honeymoon stage where everything's perfect, but usually
that fades pretty quickly.
It does. You're at the 88%. Instead of seeing the 88% good of that person, we begin to focus on, if he would only text, or if he would only leave the toilet seat up or down, whatever it is.
It would make us so happy.
Yes, and we forget the broad perspective, the 88,000% look.
Instead of saying, these are the great things, maybe we have a few things to work on, but let's be proud of what we have accomplished. We always look at the 12%.
Exactly.
Okay, and myth number 3, I need smart people to execute. I don't have time for this touchy-feely stuff.
Well, the sad thing about it is the touchy-feely stuff is half of the equation. So people think that, if people just do what I say or execute, everything will be fine. But the problem is, or the solution is, work is 50% task and 50% relationships. And you can be a rocket scientist and have great content, but if you can't execute with people and be interpersonally effective, the task won't get done.
People don't like you. They don't want to work with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, you
Yes.
talk a lot about happiness.
Yes.
And you talk a lot about how to get happy. And I think that's something in this day and age that a lot of us have a really, really hard time accomplishing. We're constantly on our phones. We have to be constantly available. We have to do. And you talk a lot about, let's just take a step back here.
Yeah.
And you wrote a book about it, 8 Ways to Happiness from wherever you are.
Exactly. So if you go do this, do that, do this, you end up in do. That's number one. We don't
Good way to
want
think about
that.
it.
Yeah, we don't want that. And it is that, again, that perfectionistic, nothing's ever enough. We got to accomplish, we have to succeed. And we're never in that place of, am I happy? And the fact that 1 in 4 Americans are currently on antidepressives and anti-anxiety medication, and many are still anxious and depressed and now have dangerous side effects on top of it, suicidal thoughts, that's a main effect, not a side effect. And it begins to make us wonder, who are we and are we happy? And that's the good news. So everyone's stopping now to actually ask that question. And with the unfortunate passing of Kate Spade and Anthony Bourdain, look, happiness, what happened? Status, money, that's supposed to make you happy, right? The American dream, that's supposed to make you happy. Cinderella, happily ever after. But all of those are BS belief systems that keep us locked into this la-la land of thinking that we're entitled to a life without pain. But as Sally Fields came out this morning again, she's one of the 7 out of 10 of us, the majority of us who are not, don't have that normal, functional home. So if the majority of us grow up with childhood trauma of some kind, why do we think there's something wrong with us, that we need to be fixed, or that we'll never get ahead, or all the bad things? There's nothing wrong with us. We've had life pain. Pain in life is mandatory. But suffering is optional.
And that's critical there. And I think if people are watching today, because whether you've been abused, whether you've lost a loved one, everybody deals with something, right?
Fear, perfectionism,
If they're watching today thinking, well, how do it's all good and well to say, well, just be happy. Let's just get to happy. What are 1 or 2 practical things people can do today, right now, to help them make that leap?
Great question, Christy. Thank you. I call it Blisscipline. I got that from Michael Bernard Beckwith, who wrote the foreword to the book. So every morning I wake up and the first thing I do is not turn on the if it leads, it bleeds news, right? Sorry,
there's a lot of that though.
Yeah,
these days.
Because we gravitate towards
and
what's bad and wrong,
and it's just
all over the place. So I sit up and I take a breath and I just connect with me. And that's through the breath, which is chi in Chinese. I know you thought I was Swedish, but if you take that breath in through the nose and then release through the mouth and just do it, start with 2 minutes. It's meditation, but you don't, doesn't have to be rocket science meditation. It's just a connection with who you really are at the core of who you are, which is a precious, loving, loved, and lovable being. Then I start with 8 gratitudes. Now, Dr. Wayne Dyer, beautiful.
I loved him.
And he's watching us from the other side, and he'd said 5 gratitudes in the morning. Now, I'm an overachiever, so I say 8, and 8's a lucky number in Chinese. So it's a homonym for good fortune, with the title of the book. So I do 8 gratitudes first thing in the morning, and that sets me to actually begin to look at all the good things that are going to happen in that day. And then before I go to bed, instead of thinking about, I have to do this tomorrow and I didn't get to this, I close the day, or I sandwich my day with 8 gratitudes, and that helps the day
Just get you and set your intention.
What it is.
That's right.
Your positive.
Positology, my friends.
That's
right.
it.
All good things. So let's make a deal with each other. Let's set some positive intentions. Let's be grateful, and let's try to look at the 88% that we have accomplished and we can be proud of, and then we'll work on the other 12% together. How about that?
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
So lovely to meet you. Check out her book, 8 Ways to Happiness, from wherever you are. Thank you to Dr. Marissa, and we'll see you after the break.
It is always funny watching myself on TV. and a little secret, I actually don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV in almost 5 years, but I like being on TV because I'm so shy, as you can tell. But anyways, hopefully that was interesting to you. If you're a business owner, small, medium, or large, and you'd like a little help, that's what I do. My doctorate is in organizational psychology, which is the study and the practice and implementation of helping companies with human dynamics at work. So power, politics, miscommunication, conflict, all of that is part of my purview, and valuing diversity especially is a very special area that I get to work in. So if you are a business owner, you like a little pep talk from Dr. Marissa, you can either book me at drmarissa1.youcanbook.me, or just go to my website, drmarissa.life, and put in the subject line for more joy, less stress at work. How's that? And that's it for this segment. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be right back. Don't go away with more of Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show, here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. And we have, this is also somewhat going to be like a roast. So you can think of what the funniest interaction, or the weirdest, or the thing that you think is the best or the worst or the weirdest or the funniest thing about me. So your experience, who are you and how do you know me, and the most embarrassing thing you know about me?
Okay, I'm LaDonna Bennett, and a very close friend to Dr. Marissa. And I met her at Agape, and we've been friends ever since we met the first time. And I don't really know too many embarrassing things about her, but she's just a lot of fun. She talks a lot of stuff on a regular basis. She doesn't bite her tongue about what she believes in. So I wish for you this year much success and perfect health and wholeness, and just fun and joy in your life and laughter. And we love you. And Cal, my husband, Cal Bennett, is going to do a happy birthday song for you.
Aw.
Awesome.
Wow. And Cal Bennett is famous. So that's gold right there. Thank you. I know you have to leave soon, but thank
Beautiful.
you. That's so sweet of you.
We wanted to get our birthday wishes in. We love you so much.
I love you too.
All
Thank
right,
you.
enjoy.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.
All right, Faye Love.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm happy, honey. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad I could be here. My other friend is having this is her birthday too. We're having a little birthday celebration here too.
Wow. Leos unite.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday!
Thank you. Happy birthday to you too.
Thank you so much. So I wanted to jump on Tubi. So I came on early. And yeah. Well, let's see. You want an embarrassing story? Oh. This triple Leo right here, and she's painting, and she's like, oh, I don't do well. I might do a little something. How she's an artist, right? So you start off, and I say, Marissa, Pay, will you join us on this youth summit? We're looking for some artists. Oh yeah, I paint a little bit. Find out she's a master painter. And I said, we're running late. We need somebody to fill in the space. I don't know what I can do. I'm not really shy, but I wasn't prepared to do anything. I said, can you just jump on the piano? It's not really embarrassing. It's just like, she can do so many things. So then she jumps on the piano, and there's a whole concert for 80 people just impromptu at this youth summit, and find out she's like a lounge singer that plays the piano and just entertain us like impromptu. And so it's not embarrassing. It's just that she's just so modest. Can you believe it? A modest Leo. I never met one before. Modest Leo. I was so surprised, but I had fun. And when we went dancing, when she came out to Pasadena to the reggae spot, and this girl is a lot of fun. But I do have the embarrassing story, because that day somebody lost the Monopoly.
Oh, you're gonna bring that up?
Yes, in City Hall. We were in Pasadena City Hall, and we just kind of had a private party in one of the offices, and we just, did our own thing. This is off the radar, and I kicked butt in Monopoly, and she is so competitive, and I took her down. All right, that's my embarrassing story. But yes.
Thanks so much. I totally wiped that memory of losing from my mind, because it's not whether you win or lose, it's whether I win or lose. No, it's whether I win or lose. There's no I in team, but there's an I in win.
Yes.
That's a Marissa saying.
Yeah. I have so much.
They all know that.
I miss you. So come on back here when you can, when the season is right.
All right. Thank you.
So I have kind of a story.
Oh yeah.
Stories woven into one. Listen, there's very rare times in life that I meet people that I'm just immediately drawn to, and Marissa is one of those people, because she has a magnetic personality. And I guess you can call her modest, but not really. But she's in a way where she just showcases her talents in a way that surprises someone. Like, you never know what she can do until she does it. But what I love about Marissa is she shows up and she shines her light. And I love the story of when Oprah came to Agape, And Marissa has a way, she's so charismatic. She knows how to talk to people like immediately. But this is the first time I think I saw you starstruck, where you were like, oh, you're like, Oprah's here. And I mean, for years, I mean, she had been dubbed as Oprah, you know, like, so, but when like Oprah showed up, it was like, and it was just cute to see her in that element, because she's always so cool and everything. So to see her like just light up like a Christmas tree was cool. But what was the thing? Didn't Oprah compliment you on your pants, dear?
Yeah.
See, there you go. Because I was saying, I was like, you're going to talk. As a matter of fact, I was like, you're going to talk to Oprah. She was like, I don't know. And she's complimenting everything. So I was like, she was like, I don't know if you're going to talk to Oprah. You better get next to Oprah. This is your chance. And so, remember that?
Yeah. Barbara was calling me Asian Oprah, like before, I think around the same, Michael actually dubbed me the Asian Oprah.
Right.
But you were calling me that. You were calling me that even.
I was calling you Oprah just because I didn't want to separate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, because you have that same type of personality where you go for what you want and you know how to talk to people and you know how to, you know, just really draw the best out of people. So I just called you Oprah. I took the race out of it because I know what you are, and we all know what you know. So it's like, but if anything, I was so excited when you said she said nice pants. I was like, see, I knew you were gonna talk to her. So that's my story.
Yeah. Okay.
I love how you just go for what you want. So that's my wish for you, is to just keep saying yes, keep stepping in your destiny, and just keep being the bright light that you are. That's my wish for you.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. That's so awesome. Yes. All right. Hey, Kirby.
Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
What's up?
Oh, okay. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Kirby. Kirby's hailing in from New York. Is it New York? No.
Georgia.
I'm in Georgia. I'm in Georgia.
Florida and Georgia.
Yes, the pelvis of the United States of America.
The what?
The pelvis.
The pelvis. You said
Elvis?
Georgia is the pelvis of the United States of America, yes.
Oh, you must fill us in. You must fill us in on how that name came.
Well, I'm not going to go into details, but just know if you look at the map.
This is G-rated, Kirby. This is G-rated.
G-rated? Oh, okay, thank you.
We've got a 90-year young... I don't want you to, you know, like get his heart.
Well, it's anatomy. It's anatomy. It's anatomy. It's biology and anatomy. Physiology and anatomy. Yes.
What's your wish for me for this next year, and anything that you want to embarrass me with or compliment me with on how you know me, or something that you know about me? So you can think about it for a second. We're going to go up to, let's go to Debbie, my sister, and then we're going around. And after that, we're going to play Taboo. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Hi, I'm Debbie. And we adopted Marissa about 10 years ago. She is my sister. I come from a family of 4 sisters, and we needed another sister. And we adopted her. Actually, my parents adopted her, so we had no choice. Sorry, Marissa. No, I'm just kidding. Of course. Anyways, Marissa has been a real blessing to our family. She is so good to my mom and dad. I just can't even tell you. And we love her daughters, and I have never seen a mom love 2 daughters as much as Marissa loves those girls of hers, and she's so proud of them. And Marissa, I just want to say I love you, and I miss you, and just keep up the good work. Especially if my mom recently was sick and broke her hip, and Marissa, you were just wonderful. She was in a nursing facility before COVID, and we were able to go in, and she was really struggling, and we didn't want her to be alone. And Marissa was there almost every single night so that we could go home and get some rest. And I'll never forget you for that, Marissa. I love you.
Aw, thank you, Debbie. I love you too. There's Mom.
Hi, Mom.
This is Dolores. This is my mom. They've been married 70 years.
Wow.
And Mom, that's Ron and Arlene Klein. They're coming in from Florida, and he's 85. And she's somewhere around there, a little less.
I'm 63.
I'm only 79.
Wow. No, you're not 63.
87.
Yeah, you're 87. So, anyways.
Wow, looking good.
Right?
Right?
They all do the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah, for sure.
So, okay, sorry. Go ahead, Tanya.
Oh, I don't have any stories. I've only known Marissa for about a year now. I think a year and a few months. Marissa adopted me as her assistant photographer and gap. What do you call it? Gaffer? What's it called? Those people gaffers when she's on location doing interviews. One thing, I don't believe in roasting. I don't like embarrassing stories because I don't like to be embarrassed. And it was but I do have a wonderful wish for Marissa, and that's for her to obtain everything that she's wanted, and definitely much success in her endeavors as she becomes a trailblazer in different program content. So that's what I wish for her.
Thank you, Tanya. Very nice. Yes, yes. All right, let's go up to the corner to Ron and Arlene Klein.
Oh, well, I have no embarrassing moments, nor does Ron, I don't think. Yeah, hard questions. But we met Clarissa. I'm thinking Clarissa, Larissa, Marissa. We know all of them. But we met a few years ago in Los Angeles at Secret Knock. And she was like a magnet. I took right to her. And I really loved her. To know her is to love her. And I wish you, and it's not even my words, it's Gay Hendrick, if you know who Gay Hendricks is, and that each day may you continue to expand in love and success and abundance, and always continue to inspire others to do the same. Okay? So happy, happy, happy birthday. Many, many more.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And I want to thank you for all of the wonderful interviews that we had both in LA and then recently here back in Florida. You had me on, and I really appreciate it. The exposure is wonderful, and to be interviewed by you was a privilege.
And
thank
fun.
you so much.
And fun.
You are Oprah, right?
Huh?
Are you Oprah, right?
The Asian Oprah is what.
The Asian. Oh, I got confused.
Yes.
That's all right. I love you too.
Actually, there's a fuller funny story that we might get to, but Kirby is the only one who doesn't know who Ron is. I think when Marianne's coming on. Hey, Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, Herbie.
So Ron is, you all know him, but you don't really know him. But you know that magnetic strip on the back of your credit card?
Yeah, I used it today.
Yeah, well, he invented that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I interviewed him, and he's been interviewed by a lot of people,
wow.
big people. And he put my interview with him on his website, which he doesn't put he's been interviewed like thousands of times. He's 85.
That's all right.
Thousands of times. He acts like he's 55 or 35.
45.
40. Is it 45 now? Okay.
45.
So the fact that he put our interview on his website is I didn't even know until I was researching to have him come on again. But he's invented so many things. His nickname is the grandfather of possibilities.
All right now.
So it's so nice that he that expanded guest list. I started going a little crazy, like all the different groups, and so
we're honored. We're honored to be here. We really are.
That's very nice.
See, Oprah didn't make his page, Marissa. You did. See, the world already has an Oprah. We need a Dr. Marissa. We need Dr. Marissa.
The reason we do all this is because when we moved to Florida, we thought we were going to move to a senior residence, but you have to know how to play bingo, and we don't like bingo.
Anyway, so I'm having people wish me whatever they want for the next year, and if they have any embarrassing story. So we've been getting some interesting stories. Yeah. So Kirby's next.
Yes. Well, all I can wish you is the absolute very best in life, because that's what you deserve. Above all that, I wish you to be the bigger than the African-American Oprah. How about that?
Oh!
How about that?
From your mouth to God's ears.
Yes. That's right. That's right. But
I accept.
Yes, you are such a blessing. What I'm fond of my fondest memory with you is how we used to eat out after choir and just have the best time and joke and just share love. So that's what you will always be remembered for.
Oh, thank you, Kirby. Thank you. I love you too.
I love you.
Aww.
More than s'mores, and I love s'mores a lot.
More than s'mores.
More than
s'mores. Yes. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, Marianne. Last but not least, and then we're gonna play Taboo.
I don't know. Well, happy birthday, Marissa. You're such a light. You're so effervescent and just joyful. I love how you just have this laugh that is constant, like you're finding joy in everything. So it makes sense that you wrote a book about happiness. And and I know that comes from having moved through experiences and done the work to get to that place, which is what helps make you a great teacher and a great leader. I love what Kirby just said. And I was like, even bigger, Marissa? But I just see you continuing to really just own who you are and love who you are and share that with the world as you are doing, and just expanding that in the unique way that you do that. Stories, embarrassing stories.
Oh, you can stop now.
I think it was shortly after you joined choir, and you had you said that, oh, I know, let's do this for Reverend Michael's birthday. Let's do this flash mob. I think it was a flash mob of Tai Chi. So I just have a memory of that, of you up on stage and guiding people to do Tai Chi and just kind of getting behind something new and different and unique. You just go for it, which is really great. And then everybody came up on the stage and whatnot, and so and I was like, all right then, okay, cool. I didn't know you very well then, and so it was just a strong memory of you coming in and saying, I've got this idea, let's do it. Like you don't hold back, and that's an awesome thing.
Most of the time it's awesome. Sometimes I step in.
True. But I just wish you all the best and have an incredible birthday. This will be a phenomenal year. As we just move through all that we're moving through, and follow the inspiration that you set around staying in joy.
Thank you. 谢谢. So I'll just do one before you.
Oh, would you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I put music to a prayer, and it's one that most people know, the Serenity Prayer. You know that one, the Serenity Prayer? So I just put music to the bottom. It's real short. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Today may I do thy loving will. Waves
Thank you.
Yay.
That was a gift to us. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Goodbye to all of you.
Goodbye.
Stay well, stay safe, and let's get through all this.
All right.
Amen.
Bye, y'all.
Amen. Bye.
And I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Remember, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live, reminding you to have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.